If you've ever looked at your bank account and felt that immediate wave of dread, like you'd rather close the app and pretend you didn't see what you saw, this video is for you. That feeling has a name. It's money shame, and it's one of the sneakiest things keeping people stuck. Not a lack of information, not a lack of willpower, shame. Today we're going to talk about what money shame actually is, where it comes from, and most importantly, the mindset shift that starts to break. This is day 3, and things are about to get a little more honest. So, first, what are we actually talking about? Money shame is that gut feeling that your financial situation reflects something broken about you as a person. Not just, I made a bad choice, but I'm bad with money. Not, I overspent this month, but I'll never get this right. It's the difference between guilt and shame. Guilt says, I did something wrong. Shame says, I am something wrong. And here's the thing about shame, it thrives in avoidance. When something feels shameful, we don't look at it, we don't talk about it, we ignore. We ignore the notifications, we skip the budget review, and we delay. We delay by telling ourselves we will deal with it later, and later never comes because later feels just as scary as now. Sound familiar? You're not alone. Financial anxiety affects the majority of adults across every income level. This isn't a low income problem. People with 6-figure salaries feel it too. So, where does money shame come from? It comes from multiple sources and typically starts early in life. From childhood money messages, the messages we absorbed growing up about money, whether it was, we can't afford that, or overhearing stress between parents, or being told not to talk about money because it's rude. Those messages got filed away, and at some point, they became beliefs we carry without even questioning them. Then there's comparison. We live in a world where people curate highlight reels of their vacations, their homes, their cars. We're surrounded by images of what success looks like financially, and most of it is either not real or deeply in debt. And then there are the mistakes. Maybe you took on a debt you didn't fully understand. Maybe you lost a job and had to start over. Maybe you made choices in your 20s that still feel embarrassing to think about. Here's what I want you to hear and understand. None of those things made you bad with money. They made you human in a world that does a terrible job of teaching people how money actually works. Okay, so here's the shift, the one that actually changes things. Note, your current financial situation is data. Your bank balance is information. Your debt is information. Your spending patterns are information. And it's not your destiny. None of it is a verdict on your worth as a person. When we treat our finances like a report card, pass or fail, good or bad, we make it emotional to even look at them. And when it's too emotional to look, we stop looking. And when we stop looking, nothing changes. But when you can start to approach your money the way a curious scientist approaches an experiment, just observing, just gathering information, something opens up. And when it's just data, we can actually work with it. The next time you check your account or look at your budget or bank balance, try saying out loud or in your head, "This is just information. I'm gathering data." That's it. You're not judging it. You're not grading it. You're just seeing it. It sounds simple, and it is simple, but simple is not the same as easy, especially if you spent years associating money with shame and stress. So give yourself grace as you practice this. It's a muscle. It gets easier. The other piece of this shift is separating your past decisions from your future ones. You are not locked into a story because of what happened before. Every day is a chance to make a slightly different choice. That's genuinely true. Here's your one action for today, and I want you to keep it small on purpose. Open your banking app or look at your most recent statement. Don't do anything. Don't make a plan. Don't calculate or categorize. Just look. And while you're looking, notice what comes up emotionally. Maybe it's anxiety. Maybe it's relief. Maybe it's just the familiar urge to close the app. Just notice and remind yourself, this is data. I'm just looking at information. The goal today isn't to fix anything. The goal is just to practice looking without the shame response. And every time you do that, it gets a little easier. If this resonated with you, drop in the comments what's one money belief you grew up with that you're starting to question. I genuinely love reading these, and so will others who connect with similar beliefs. What ways can you start changing those beliefs? Tomorrow, on day 4, we're going to move from mindset into mechanics. And we're going to start with the one number you actually need to know to feel in control of your money. It's not what most people think. I'll see you then.